Hello. Hi, Sassy Nomad. How are you doing tonight? I decided I would like to do a little impromptu live stream tonight. I don't know if anybody else is going to show up, but I wanted to talk about visible internet. I think a lot of people would be interested in this. So, how are you doing tonight? Hey, Susan. Hello. I'm glad you're here. Can you hear me? TLB, hello. Wow. I'm just doing a little impromptu. Wow. Look at everybody starting to show up. Home on the Ranger. Hello, Mary Jones. Kia, yes, Israel. My window is working now. Jane Snyder, hello. I couldn't believe it. The other day, I don't know why I let it get to me. Desert Adventures in Arizona. Spending a whole month, 30 days, almost 30 days, working on the van for 10 to 12 hours a day. Hello, Cargo Van Dan. Every day in the heat. I was just tired. And I don't usually let down my emotions like that, but I was just venting, ranting, and everybody wanted to jump to my help me. So the first thing happened is Papa Drew got a hold of a Buckeye Kitty and her son, what is it he calls his name? Well, I know it's Dakota, but he goes by Chunky, I think. Anyhow, that's the first thing. Thank you, TLB. I feel a lot better. Kelly Bolt, hello. Iggy Threadgood, hello. Wow, you guys are amazing. Winner, I just saw a new person. 2112 XRT JRP, hello. Happy Place Camping is here too. Wow, you guys are amazing to even show up. Victoria May Wallace. And Van Life Rocks. Whoa. Amazing. You guys are so great subscribers and people. I don't really like to refer to you subscribers. You're people. You're my friends. So I feel comfortable with everybody here. I know everybody here pretty much. And so I'm grateful that you all showed up. Tonight, I really wanted to do my own personal review about the visible internet. Yes, it did wear me down. Plus, I spent 30 days, almost 30 days, with my ex-husband. He's fine now. He doesn't abuse me anymore because he's quit drinking and everything. But he is getting old. He's 86 years old. I think he's starting to have some serious problems. He was on oxygen. He really needs a lot of attention and time. So every 10 minutes when I was working, I had to stop to do something for him. So I think that kind of wore me down too. And everything I did, I had to do twice because that's the way I do things. I mess up the first time. I keep trying. I'm the person that says, try. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And I do that. Anyhow, so what happened is Buckeye Kitty and her son Chunky came over after Papa Drew got a hold of me. And what happened is the gasket under the window, it got wedged in there and it would not budge. So Chunky's good and strong. And the first thing he did is come into the van. It got that window loose. We pulled out the gasket. I don't really even need it, so I took it out. I'm not going to put it back in. So the window opens and closes just fine. So the reason it stressed me because I just went and picked up the generator to run the air conditioner the day before. And then after I got the window fixed, the generator would not work my air conditioner. I only have a little Frigidaire, 450 watt air conditioner max amps is 10 amps. Okay, I had a 1,000-watt generator. I thought that was the problem. So the 1,000-watt generator quit running completely. So I don't have that anymore. So I went and bought a 2,000-watt Predator generator from Harbor Freight. Supposed to be good up to 13.3 amps. And supposed to be good for 1,600 starting amps. So we're talking 450 watts. It overloaded. Every time I tried to run the air conditioner on that brand new generator, it overloaded. So I had to deal with that. Then the next day I had to drive all the way out to Havasu. Well, guess what? When I did my rant that morning, Cargo Van Dan found out that I was looking for him. So he emailed me with his phone number, and he met me at Craigie Wash. Oh my goodness, Itchy Threat Good, you're amazing. Thank you again for your super sticker. You're always doing this. I really appreciate you. Anyhow, our RV reviews by the Air Force guys here too. Hello, and Jules. Anyhow, so Cargo Van Dan was waiting for me at Craigie Wash when I got there because I couldn't lift that generator. It was 50 pounds empty and it was full of gas and oil. So I could not even lift it. So he was sitting there at Craigie Wash waiting for me to help me. That's how fast people in this community respond. I didn't even ask for help. I just was on a rant. But everybody wanted to help me. You guys are so loving and caring. And I know some people are not all that. But the most of the people that come to my channel really do care about me. And you don't know what that does for me. Anyhow, Dan emptied the gas out of the generator, took out the oil, put it back on the cargo carrier. We strapped it down. I was able to take it back to Harbor Freight. When I got there, they wanted to charge me $90 for a restocking fee. I argued with them. I said, you know what? That's not right. I said I had it for 2 days. All I had done is started it up and it wouldn't run my air conditioner 450 watts. I said, there's a problem here. I said, there's no way I'm going to pay $90 a restocking fee for a brand new generator that should have run a 450 watt air conditioner. Okay. So they argued with me. I supposedly the home on the Ranger. Thank you. Thank you for your super sticker. Oh my gosh, you guys. Anyhow, so I argued with the lady I was talking to. I said, I need to speak your manager. She said, I am the manager. I said, well, if you're the manager, then you need to waive that 20% restocking fee. She said, I can't do that. It's on on your receipt. I said, well, somebody should have told me that I said, when I was here, I asked about the return. They told me you can return it anytime in the first 90 days to the store with no questions asked. She said, well, I'm sorry, that's not the case. You have to pay the 20%. I argued with her. I said, okay, then I guess I need to speak to your manager. So she said, well, he's not here. He's not here till tomorrow. You'll have to come back tomorrow. And I said, there's no way I'm coming back to Havasu tomorrow. I said, I drove 70 miles each way just to get here. So no sooner did I say that, the manager was standing right behind her manager. And he came up to me and he said, well, you know, this is store policy. You know how they argue with you. I said, whatever your store policy, I said, this is not right. So I tried to be calm. I didn't yell at them or call them any names. Thank you, RV Reviews by the Air Force guy. Oh my gosh, you guys are absolutely amazing. I do not deserve all this help and kindness. I don't deserve it. I'm nobody special. There's people out there that really need it. Anyhow, okay, you can accidentally make me cry. This is not right. Okay, so anyhow, I stood there and argued with him about 20 minutes. I never raised my voice. I'd never got angry to the point of using a swear word. I thought of a couple of them, and you imagine me, I don't cuss, but I sure thought, forgive me, but I thought about saying something really nasty. But what I did say is, he said, well, would you like to trade it up and just pay the difference for a 3,800 watt generator? I said, why would I do that? I said, I can't even rely on this one for a 450 watt air conditioner. Why should I pay more money to get another one that I'm not sure is going to work? And you're going to charge me a restocking fee if it doesn't work? I said, are you kidding me? I said, there's no way. He said, well, I'm sure that a larger air generator would work, blah, blah, blah. He said, so if you're planning on purchasing another one today, we'll consider waiving the 20%. I said, I'll tell you right now, I'm not purchasing another generator. I said, of course, depending on the customer service I get today, I may not ever shop with you guys again. I do spend quite a bit of money in this store. And he said, well, so does everybody. I said, yeah. I said, that's probably true. I wanted to just tell him I was going to give him a bad review. And guess what? I'm giving him a bad review. Harbor Freight in Lake Havasu, just so you guys know. And the manager that gave me a hard time, the high manager, was named Mark. Okay, so I'm bad. Hello, Freddie Schaefer. I see you're here. I'm glad you're here. Anyhow, so bottom line ended up, he finally gave in. He said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you your full refund today. But if you buy another one from us, we're going to charge you the restocking fee. I said, great. I said, at least I know the policy now. I said, you should tell people when they are buying a big ticket item. I see the fine print on the paper. I look at all the fine print, right? I said, nobody looks at the fine print on their receipt. And you should have told me that. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you for your super chat. Anyhow, so I got that finally got it all resolved. They did give me a full refund. I would not buy another generator at Harbor Freight because I think their customer service sucks. I paid for a 2-year extended warranty on top of that. I spent $600 for the 2,000 watt generator by the time I went out the door, and they wanted to charge me almost $100 to give it back. No. Okay, so that's not what I came to talk about tonight. I want to talk about internet. Hello, Mystic Bunny. RV Weekends. Hello. James Cantonese. My goodness, there's 62 people in this stream. Oh my gosh, you guys. Wow, you guys are amazing. So I have Visible Internet as a service provider for my phone. I had before. I started out with AT&T. When I first came from Modesto 5 years ago to Quartzsite, AT&T worked excellent in Quartzsite. Then I had to go to Arizona because I had to be stationary for a year because of all the eye surgeries I was going to be scheduled for. And I knew I couldn't travel every 2 weeks. So I had to go to Arizona. I stayed at Coyote House for a year. And, of course, during that time, I had the stroke, the broken back, and broken wrist all the same time. So, but anyhow, AT&T would not work there. So I had to go to Verizon. And Verizon would work in But whenever I started doing YouTube, I didn't have enough data. So I've come to find out I had to buy more data. When I bought more data, then if I used that, which it was, you can only buy 10 or 15 gigabytes or something of data for the extra money, they wouldn't allow you to buy more. I didn't have unlimited. Even actually, I had unlimited. I was spending over $100 a month, but it's only unlimited to a certain point. Then they start charging you for it again. So when I heard about Visible, I think I might have heard it from our epic RV adventure. I'm not positive, but I heard it from 2 different channels on YouTube for $40 a month for internet, unlimited internet. So I said, okay, I got to check this out. So I got a hold of Visible. You can only work with them online. There's no phone number to call. And so you have to do it online. I was a little concerned about that at first. So I said, okay. So I got a hold of them and I clicked on their live chat. So I was actually able to get a call back from somebody. They talked to me about their service. Come to find out, I couldn't use one of my phones, which were not even paid off. I still owed $500 on the 2 phones I had already purchased from Verizon and AT&T. So Visible will only work with certain phones. So I bought one of the Visible phones. I bought the Blade S10 for less than $100. In their program, you get a credit card that is good for $100 when you sign up for their service. So that paid for the phone. Okay, so it's $40 a month, unlimited Wi-Fi or data, and unlimited hotspot. The only bad thing is you can only hook up one thing to it. I guess other people have figured out how to use a router and work it for more than one piece of equipment. But I have a router, but I couldn't get it to work right for more than one item. Really, I never run anything more than my laptop and my phone anyhow. So I've had Visible for quite a few months now, probably 5 months. I've never had such good internet, no matter where I go. Unless I'm really far away from a cell tower, I have good internet. I don't know of a lot of you people. Hello, Jerry Curtis. I don't recognize you. Unless you have, I lost my train of thought. Anyhow, I've never had such good service. Oh, unless you're really far away from a cell tower, I've never had a problem with it. Visible since the day I got it. At least 5 months I've been on Visible. So I spend $40 a month, unlimited data, high-speed data, no throttling, and unlimited hotspot for $40 a month, okay? And really, Visible, they bought a contract with Verizon. So really, they are Verizon. And because I asked them the last time I talked to them the other day, I had to call them. I switched to a different phone that Visible said would work with the internet, but that was causing me a problem. I went back to the Blade S10. Anyhow, but so I called them and they said that other phones sometimes will work, but they're not always perfect. You know, sometimes you can have problems with using other phones. Thank you, Kelly Bolt. You're not that new. You've been here a few times, so I feel like you're already a friend. Anyhow, so if anybody wants a cheap, very cheap, good phone service, visible.com, visible.com. You will get a website. It sends you to check out their phones, of course. If you decide you want to purchase one, The only way you can, this is the only bad thing about Visible. Their tech support is hard to get through because their only customer support is through online. You have to wait and do it on like a live chat with them. I don't know if it's a real person or a bot, or who knows. Um, and if you really want to talk to a real person, then you will have to set up a callback appointment. They usually get back to you, but sometimes they don't, and then you have to go back through and get them to call again sometimes. Anyhow, but whenever you do get a real person, they resolve your problems right now. They go thoroughly and help you with every problem you might have. So I had to deal with them a couple of times on their customer service. Like I said, it's not always. Well, I don't like online live chat for customer service, but now all companies are doing that. Either that, or you wait 24 hours for an email back, and maybe you'll get through to somebody. Who knows? Yes. Oh gosh, I'm glad, Susan. I can hardly wait to meet you. Yes. So that's what I really wanted to come on to talk to people about. I want to ask if anybody else in the chat has Visible phone. And if they would like to come up on the panel and discuss your experience with that. They're not paying me to do this review. I'm going to tell you right now. Nobody is offered to even do anything. I told them I'm going to do a review. And when I talked to them the other day, but nobody's offered anything. So yes, I have a router, but I just not sure how to make the router work. I just turned it off one day and then it was all messed up. So someone's group it knocks $5. Yes, okay. So they also have party lines. So you can have up to four people on your party line. It's not change anything for you. You don't even know they're on the line. They're not on your line. But there's like people from the olden days knew what party lines were. You don't hear them, they don't hear you. But anyhow, it will knock $5 off for each person that's on the party line. So you can have four people on the party line. Say you want to have 2 phones for your husband and your kid and a phone for your mom. Okay. So you can put all 4 of them on the Visible for in and up being like $20 a piece. So yes, talk to our Epic RV Adventure, Susan, because I think he knows about the router situation with this phone. But I tried it, and when I did talk to Visible about this, they said, you're not supposed to run a router, not going to work. I guess I thought the router would give me a higher bandwidth, but it didn't. Oh, thank you, Freddie Schaffer. So is there anybody that would like to come up and talk about Visible? If you do, I'm going to put a link in the chat. Hello, Gemma Harvey. I'm going to put a link in the chat, and you can click on it and come up and talk about your experience with Visible. Hang on. Let me get in here. I want to say hello to Blue Wave Odyssey. I just saw he's in here. Evening Shade, hello. Okay, here's a link. If anybody wants to come up and talk about their experience, thank you, Blue Wave, to talk about their experience with Visible Internet or any internet, and maybe you have something to say about your service and whatever. I just want to help people. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm on a pretty tight budget. And I don't want to spend $100 and some odd dollars of my $900 income on stupid phones. So I see California Travel Visions. Let's see if I has come up on the screen. So are you ready to come up? Okay, here we go. California Travel Videos. I couldn't see the full name. It's Michael. Michael, right?
Hi, T. Good to see you again.
You too. How are you doing?
Oh, good, sweetie. I miss you, and it's so nice. It's funny because I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow, and
Oh,
one of the things is communications. And I thank you
right.
so much a couple of weeks ago when you gave me your spot. But my problem was I had two links. I had the StreamYard link, and I thought I
Yeah.
guess I better do a YouTube link, and so people went to the wrong one. So I am
Oh,
learning.
oh, yeah. It isn't a learning experience. So yes, it's true. So
Yeah, so visible. Let me tell you my story.
hold on for a minute, Mike. I
Okay.
want to look at something. I see a few people commenting in the chat. I want to make sure I acknowledge what they're saying. So let's see. Somebody said that they're spending $220 a month on the
Hi.
phone. Susan
Wow.
said that's a way with us. We don't want to have to spend a fortune on internet. That's why we are going with Visible. Fantastic. I would like to hear how your experience is with it, Susan. I think Blue Wave just ordered a Visible phone. Bob, are you able to come up and talk about what you have? If you are, please, I'll put the link in again, but let's talk to Michael now. Here we go. So
Okay, Dee, are you ready?
I'm ready now. Go ahead.
Okay.
Tell me what you have
So
to say.
let's see. My wife and I have had AT&T for many years, and a family type plan, and
Right.
it's been fine. And then I got Verizon first. One of the plans you pay for, you get, I don't know. It seems like I got two. One for my iPad and one for a hotspot router, and that was fine. But you're limited. I think one you get 30 gigabytes, the other 15.
Right.
Yeah, I've been looking for more, and then following Technomatia, I started realizing I could sign up with a service to get basically a business account that somebody lets you use.
Mm-hmm.
And so I haven't been on the road enough to make good use of it, but some of those plans that you can get for around $100 a month, maybe a little less, you can get maybe 400 or 500 gigabytes before the cellular provider is going to come after you. So it is nice for some people that do have, I don't know, watch a lot of Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Or we upload or we do this type of thing,
Right.
but so that's nice. But then let me tell you about the Visible story, how I got involved with it. Well, why would I need that? I got Verizon, all these other things.
Right.
But I was watching somebody's video. He's an RVer, and he's had very good luck for years now using Visible. And here's what he does. He has a MoFi 4500, I guess it is, router, and so he then gets basically he gets the SIM card, and I think I've got my SIM card right around here somewhere. You get the SIM card, and then I just took it out of my iPhone because I had an AT&T card in, and there it is, that little thing right there, and you put it in and you activate your service. And once you have activated it, and I'll tell you about the activation in a little bit, but then I thought, well, I wonder if I did a speed test, just how fast it will be, because it's
Bear
supposed to.
with me just a minute, Michael.
Okay.
Yes, there's going to be a meetup up in January. I'm not able to follow the chat, people, right now. We would really like to pay attention to what Michael has to say. If you could ask your questions after he's done talking, I would appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay,
Oh,
go.
thank you, Dee. And good, you do such a great job of moderating. And no, a lot of other people are doing it, but man, she juggles a lot of balls, and I'm so proud of you. So it'll be a couple of minutes, and I'll be through. But
no hurry.
Okay, thank you.
The thing is, this is not a scheduled live stream. I'm not limited to time so much. Of course, I don't want to go all night, but take your time, please, and say what you want to say, please.
Okay. So anyway, Seth was his name, and I thought, geez, is this really interesting what he does? And I've seen some others that do this also. Basically, the bottom line, to cut to the chase, is that you might get 5 or 10 megabits per second upload, maybe more, depends on where you are, yada yada, and your download maybe a little bit more, but. But then I've noticed on mine when I went through with this, I was surprised. I shouldn't have been, I suppose, that what is the ping speed? The amount of time from when you send a packet up to the server and when it comes back, and it is higher. At least it has been for me in the initial testing I've done. So if I maybe have 25 to 40 milliseconds. Milliseconds, I guess, on my other services.
Right.
Maybe it's around 100. It's probably still okay.
I think, isn't that the bandwidth, Michael?
There's three things. There's the bandwidth of going up to the server, which when like you're doing your video now, is it how fast you're able to transmit up. And so if you want, 720 resolution, which, StreamYard, they also do 1080, but so you can get by with 3 or 4 megabits, and if you're 1080, it really probably should have more like about 5 or 6. So, and then the download is only for like watching movies or getting YouTubes or whatever you're doing. So at any rate, but then the third component is the amount of time it takes between when you send a packet and it goes the other way, the round trip. So when I'm talking to you, it takes maybe only 10 milliseconds for you to hear me. So it looks like it's simultaneously. Yes. But on the internet with some service providers, it might be a little slower. So anyway, the ping was a little higher, and I don't think it was too objectionable. But let's get on to the meat and potatoes. The meat and potatoes is that everybody likes free. Free tastes good, or cheap tastes better.
Sure.
So what Seth and some others have discovered this, and it's always a question is, should we do this? Is it legitimate? We'll get to that later if you want. But the fact of the matter is a lot of people have found that rather than to using a device like this, if I can go through a router like the Mobi, M-O-B-I 4500, is that if I go through that, I can actually change some settings on what the service provider, Visible, thinks I am. If it thinks I'm a cell phone, it's going to have some different characteristics than if it's these other services they provide. Well, what other services they provide? They provide internet. No, a lot of them now, the game is like, well, if you want to download videos, if you are doing videos, then we'll give you special deals.
Right.
So they'll give you either better performance or they'll give you where they won't have a bandwidth cap, if you know what I mean.
Right.
So what they do is they get the Visible, they then get the MoFi 4500 router, and they then will go ahead like I did, and you start by putting the Visible chip in your cell phone. You'll activate your service, or I guess you could do it via the website. And once it's activated, they take the chip and they put it in their MoFi 4500 router, and then they change the TTL. The time to live is like, what does this even mean? Well, each of these devices have a TTL that tells the service provider that, oh, you are a phone. You are a hotspot. But if it sees a TTL of, I want to say 64, I think it's 65. If you go in your router and you say, I want the time to live, the TTL, I'll get to that in a second, I'll change that to 65, then Visible says, oh, this is somebody watching on their Netflix. It's a different device. I'm not going to have the same restrictions. So they get better treatment by using the MoFi router and setting the TTL, the time to live, to 65, so that Visible thinks that, we'll give them
However, that's a lot of complication for somebody that's living on the road, okay, say, What I'm looking for is simplicity, Michael. You're
Mhm.
very technical.
I don't
90,
like to be.
but 90% of the people that are here on YouTube are not technical. Okay.
No.
So I'm not technical. I'm very technically challenged, very much so. So just a simple router I couldn't figure out. Okay, I couldn't figure out a simple phone. So what I'm hoping to do tonight with this information, I see what you're saying, but you're talking about another piece of equipment. Also, most people that are out like I am, my largest subscriber base is people that are not well off financially. Okay. So I want to help those people and anybody really, but I could never afford another piece of equipment, for example, but that probably would help me a lot. Okay.
Well, here's the thing, I guess, Dee, is that, we have to say what is our goal and what are the benefits. I keep saying it all through life. So if our goal is, just to have average service, if we say,
Mhm.
I'll like watch some videos, but I don't need to be drink through a fire hydrant. I don't need to like watch a lot of them. Then you might say, oh, I'm not going to run into a bandwidth cap. 15
Yeah.
or 30 gigabytes is enough. Or like Visible, they have it unlimited, and it seems like it is. And if you're not doing real heavy interneting,
Right.
then that's more than enough, I think, for most of us. And so that's
Yeah,
what
I think a higher bandwidth would be good. Definitely. You know.
if you need it, if you're that kind of a
Yeah.
consumer of information, of course, it's sort of like when you go to a buffet line, right? The more
Mhm.
stuff that's, hey, this is free food. I paid for. I'm going to eat more. But if we do things in moderation and we can live in whatever the bandwidth caps, then I suppose you can get another service. But like you said, is that when I signed up for Visible, shh, don't tell anybody I did this, but I went on eBay and I thought, well, can I find it where I can get it for $25 a month? Because I don't know three other people that have a family plan.
Right.
And I see them there. And so, like, I spent $100 for somebody to provide the convenience for me to say, I'll get three other people to link you up with. Well, they'll do it all. I don't have to do anything. But I just get an account that I pay 40 for the first month, and then it's 25 a month thereafter. So I think it's a good,
Right.
right? And it's just a simple matter of getting the old paper clip and putting it on the side of your iPhone and or whatever device you have, and taking out the SIM chip and the carrier and put the Visible one in, and then just logging in,
Right.
putting your credit card information, and off you go. But they're kind of I guess they're a reseller, don't you?
The Visible or Mophie. Yeah,
No,
Visible is
Visible.
reseller. Yeah.
It's like Cricket. These companies that are out there that are independents that resell the big companies. Then the big companies, both Verizon, says, "Well, I'm going to have a secondary company. We'll call it. What do we want to call it? Let's call it Visible."
Right.
And AT&T, what do we call our second to make it compete with all these other? We'll call it Cricket. So both of those companies are no more than maybe a different class of service. They probably aren't going to be quite as good as what they sell you directly, but yet they offer a much more attractive pricing. And that's, I think, what
Right.
we're talking about, right?
Yeah. Well, for me, the reason I thought, okay, I've had nothing but problems with internet since I've been on the road, up until I got the Visible. I'm not saying it's the answer to everybody's problem, but it sure was answer to my problems. I
Wonderful.
could not run a live stream
Oh,
until I
that's so
got the
frustrating.
Visible. I couldn't do a live stream until I got the Visible.
Who did you have before?
Verizon.
It should have been using the same network, but
I know, but it
sometimes
wasn't. It was different. You know why? They have throttling.
oh
If you're,
yeah, oh
you're
my gosh.
contested, there's no throttling with Visible.
That is
Okay,
right. So if you say like the plan I had with Verizon before I got this, business oriented account, it
right,
was I think it was about like $60 or $80 a month.
right,
And then if you want a second device, it's another $20. So okay, so I'll have my first device will be my router, the hotspot router, and the second will be an iPad.
Yeah.
And when we were out on the road, before you know it, we went around the United States in 3 months, and before you know it, we used it up, and it was like when you get throttled, it's down to where you can hardly get an email. It's like
Exactly.
if you're used to, like, say 5 megabits, and then they throttle you down to 1/10 of that, even less than
Yeah.
5 kilobits, that's like 1/10. You just can't do anything with it.
Right.
Well, you can do
I
minimum,
want
you
to,
can do
Michael,
email.
I would need to say hello to a couple
Yeah,
people.
I'm sorry. Good. Let's do it.
No, it's okay. I just noticed there are a lot of people that have been coming in. I want to say hello to Traveling Salvation. And I believe somebody sent me a super chat. I want to thank you. If I'm missing these guys, if I have some moderators in the channel, please make sure you put the links for the super chatters and thank them for me if I miss them. Johnny's Journeys is here. Who else? Let's see. I saw Bob's Adventure is here. Hello. So anyhow, and Blue Wave, he was sitting in the basement. I guess he got tired of waiting, so maybe he's gonna come back up in a minute when you're
I
done.
hope so. Blue Wave has been so good
Yeah.
for you, D. He's quite a guy.
He is, and he's probably one of my in fact, he is my biggest emotional supporter. I mean,
Wonderful.
truthfully, he's there for me every day if I need him. So anyhow, so yes, yeah, I think that this MoFi, I believe it's called.
It's a company. They're in Canada, and I've got it upstairs. I haven't installed it yet. I just got it. The service for Visible started not long ago, but
Yeah.
here's the deal: is that, as you've mentioned, is it's sort of like it's so seductive. Well, I'm going to get this device and it'll work and it'll be so easy.
Right.
And then it's like, you just want to know how to read a watch. You don't want to know how to build it or how it's
Exactly.
constructed, or
Yeah.
it's just it. And so in my case, when my wife and I started RVing, and it was like, she loves to get.
Let him get in the I'm gonna bring
Bob. Hey, there he is.
Let him
Hey.
pick one. Sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to make you wait so long. I felt he had something important to say.
You caught me by surprise.
I'm sorry, and I'm lagging a little bit. So
not on my end, you're not.
You're looking good, D.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
All right. So anyhow, Bob, what do you got to say about Visible?
Hello, Home on the Ranger. I got Visible about 4 or 5 days ago. I've been using as of lately. I get this, and then with Sprint, I also have this device here.
Let me get rid of this.
And this device here has 100 gigs a month on it. Then I've got 3 phones that each have 100 gigs on them. So we had a total of 400 gigs a month plus 4 phones. That was for $280 a month.
Right.
That's a lot of money. Right, it is. It's a lot of money. So we decided, and it was pretty good most places we went, but there would be places that didn't have a good Sprint service, so that would be a problem. So I decided to try Visible because you were having such good luck with it. And on my other computer over here, I've been leaving Visible on it just to monitor it, and it has been awesome. So what I'm going to do now is I'll probably remove all the phone services except for this device here. I'll keep it just as a backup for when I don't have a Verizon hookup, a Visible hookup, then I'll have my Sprint.
Right.
But for $40 a month, plus the initial fee of $80 for the new phone, because I didn't want to trade in my phone. I wanted a new phone for Visible that I don't give that number out to anyone. It won't ring. It's strictly a hotspot.
Right.
And I love it. And I for $80 for the phone, $40 a month, I am totally happy with it.
Good. Yeah. And I want to say something to Michael. Michael, I think you have good information. I really think you should do a live stream talking about how people can adapt with the extras if they want more than just a simple, you know what I'm saying? I really think it would
Yeah.
go over well because I know you do live streams.
Mhm.
So I think,
Well, as I was saying, Dee, so back 3 or 4 years ago, we started RVing, you know, substantially. Is that we realized is that the signal strength is sometimes a factor also
right,
because you may have where you only got 1 or 2 bars, and you
right.
think, well, I can hear okay, but the amount of bandwidth that it will send through, and sometimes it's not. You think, well, what comes to us, but if you don't have good transmission signal to the
Right.
cell tower, it'll slow down too. So bottom line is we went ahead and bit the bullet and got a Wilson Electronics booster, and a
Uh,
Wii boost as they call it. And
right.
so it not only it boosts the signal, but if you put like a antenna, like trucker antennas, the one we have, and put it
Mm,
like a higher, then man, I tell you, we went from like maybe 1 to 2 bars to 3 to 4 bars at a given location. So,
right.
that doesn't mean that the tower isn't going to be crowded. If we go down a court site, I don't care what you can be under the tower with a booster, but it's too many people on the
In
site.
January, you're right. I
Yeah,
don't
but
expect
generally,
I have
we don't.
this good of
Yeah,
success
there's
in
always the
January.
exception. Just like when you get on the freeway, there's the exception. Your Ferrari won't do well if the freeway's jammed at 5 p.m. But so I guess that in some cases we need to have kind of an awareness. Is the problem is why is it it's slow because of something my device or is it just like you said, if you've been throttled, it's
Right.
horrific.
It is. Do you see the comment from Kathleen Klein? Michael, tell everybody what your channel is again, and
Okay.
tell them how they can get a hold of you if
Oh,
you
good.
want more information. Because it sounds like Kathleen really would like to get a hold of you.
I'd love to help too. It's
Uh,
California Travel Videos. And so, yeah, tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 1 p.m. California time, we'll do a video for a couple hours. In fact, um, Teresa's spot, she gave it to me because I don't like to interfere with anybody else,
yeah,
but she does her late night show with
right.
Mike, and so yeah, I'll take that spot on Fridays at 1 or 4, depends on whether you're East or West Coast time.
Teresa from Meant to Be RVing. Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, because bottom line is we used to have a pretty strict schedule. These days, I don't think it's really a strict schedule. I think pretty much people are going on when they want to, but it is very respectful for you to try not to step on other people. So 4 o'clock Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific time tomorrow. Is that correct?
California Travel Videos, that is it.
Yes.
And so,
So
yeah, we'd love
people,
to
if
get
you're
people's
interested
input.
in knowing more about this subject, you can talk to him tomorrow, I guess, on your chat. I'm not sure what you have planned for tomorrow. Or you can find his email on your About page or not.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. You can find his email on his About page.
But I'm going to go ahead and put it here. I'm going to just, you end up with so many different email
Yeah,
addresses.
go ahead and put it in there.
Michael at California Travel Videos.
Okay.
.com. Okay, so at any rate, I guess that if people have questions, there's so many areas to this important item, and so tomorrow, I'd like to talk some about content. We go to some places because we're interested in DIY or how to do types of things, and we love to learn from you, Dee, and Bob also. You guys are great to share your information. Sharing is caring, right? But then communication. As I was starting to put a list of, well, you go to hot spots, or you have some people they use like CB or ham radios, or
Right.
even the Garmin
Oh,
texting, to
yeah.
satellites. And I thought it was funny though, as I got thinking, you don't have to worry about this like the rest of us, Steve, is that those of us who have a partner or married, there's the communication in the RV we
Right.
have to be concerned with too.
Right. That's true. That's true. I don't have to compute. I don't need to discuss it with anybody. I just do what I want,
Yeah.
what I
And
can
if you have
afford.
a pet, your pet will always listen.
I know. I don't even have a pet anymore. But I usually go to somebody I respect and ask their opinion. For instance, let's see if I can point right. Blue wave over there. I talk to him about a lot of things because I really do respect his opinion about things. So I try to not to make too many stupid decisions, but I still do. Anyhow, all right. Oh, Michael, thank you for coming up. I
Thank you,
don't know
Dee.
if you're real. I'm sure you had a lot more to tell us, but I think, um, well, I think it's a whole live stream. I think it's good,
Well,
good
good. I was glad when you
information.
said visible. I thought I should at least let you know, why I got visible.
Yeah,
And I'll bet you, as I get used to it, it'll probably become an even bigger point because,
right,
what happens, Dee, is you get something, and Bob, you know about this, and you think this works fine, and then
right,
there's either a new flavor that you like that flavor of ice cream
right,
better, or just you get these agreements like they had with the AT&T. They had that device on the top of the roof, and all of a sudden they started charging 3 times as much for it. It's like, so
right.
it's like, Bob, you got a great deal. Have a backup plan.
Yeah.
Well, one thing too, also it's good about visible people is there is no contract. It's month to month.
Right.
Okay, and there is no limit. Not in,
Yeah.
it's
That
not
was
only for a year. It's pretty much indefinitely.
Yeah, I like that. It was on no contract. It was unlimited service, no throttling. And I'd like to tell people that are headed to Mayberry, if you need a good internet service, I think this is a way to go. If you order it, you can have the phone tomorrow, the next day,
Yeah.
and that's pretty nice. You can have your service pretty quick. It's an easy setup. There's really nothing to it.
No.
So it's pretty cool. If you're traveling, I think Visible is a really good way to go. And we've been we haven't traveled with it yet. That we haven't done yet, but we will be starting tomorrow. We're taking.
Well, we're going to get some more reviews about this because, Bob, I expect you to come at some point and tell me more how you thought it worked when you travel.
Yeah,
okay?
I will do that. I also want to do a quick what's the word I'm looking for here? When I shut up my own channel. I can't think of it now.
Not a self, but go ahead, shout out your channel.
I want to just mention that I uploaded a video today of our meetup with Box Van D. And this was a fun meetup. It's a 10-minute video, and you guys got to check it out. We had a lot of fun when we met D, and we just finally got the video up. So shameless, what is that? A shameless plug, I guess, is what I was looking for. I was looking for the shameless plug.
No shame. You're always allowed to shout out your channel on my channel, Bob, because you are part of my channel.
Well, thank you.
He's here every week helping me do my live stream. I couldn't do it without him.
But the two of them, when they did the co-host show, what was it? I don't know, less than a week ago. You guys were awesome.
Yeah. Anytime I do a live stream without him, it's usually an impromptu. But if I want to really cover areas and need to help to stay focused and need help to do a lot of the other things, I need Bob there because, he's my producer.
Yeah, actually, you don't. It's nice to be there and join you, but you're pretty good on your own, D.
D, can I ask you a question?
Who, Bob or me?
That's Michael. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, who you're asking, me or Bob?
To D, sorry.
Okay.
So, I think it was I can't remember, 4 or 5 days ago, and you had like I not agenda per se, but you had a list of like when you're an interviewer and you have some questions. I saw
Yeah.
you got some from some other
Right.
people, which is great. But and then sometimes you do like this impromptu, like today. And
Right.
I just think for myself, since I operate the same way, it's nice to have somewhat of an agenda, but not to be too structured. And I'm
Right.
just kind of curious if you're like myself and you like to be where you're always learning and you're always comfortable with just being yourself and being vulnerable and
Yeah.
being a little bit personal. And it seems like that's a great formula. I'm just curious.
Well, okay. When I do
She's always herself, that I'll say.
when
She,
I do videos, I'm more relaxed because I don't feel I'm on the spot. Okay, somehow. When I do live streams, I feel more nervous about it. I don't have to have, at first I did. I had pages and pages of outline, not outline, notes. Literally, almost word for word is pretty bad, but literally. Now I'm getting really comfortable more with my Sunday live streams. I can pretty much do them with 3 paragraphs of notes. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
But at first I had pages and pages, literally. So now I'm starting to periodically, not often, but just do a impromptu like tonight. I don't have any notes, nothing. I didn't have anything planned. All I knew in my head is one talk about visible. So I had an idea, but nothing else. So I like that. I do like this, but sometimes, like I'm gonna run the wheel. I need to give a prize here pretty soon.
real quick, I want to Traveling Salvations know those were strawberry margaritas, and there's a funny story behind that.
Oh, they were so good.
Debbie went into, I think it was Walmart, and she bought this margarita mix, and she thought that it was just add alcohol, but we decided we were going to make virgin margaritas, no alcohol. Well, we poured them up. Debbie crushed the ice, made these frozen margaritas, strawberry margaritas, and served them to us. And we all got a little tipsy on it. We all started feeling it and started, whoa, yeah. It turns out that they already had tequila in the bottle.
Yeah.
So I guess Debbie was trying to get us all drunk.
Yeah.
I've got to tell you a story if I can about this. It's like last year, we didn't, there's the escapees group, and there's a
Right.
subgroup called the escapers, I think, for the X generation. And, I may be over the hill, but they still, I'll never grow up. So anyway, I was with them, and they have one night where it's a margarita tasting contest. And I've got the video. If you go to the California Travel Videos and you look for Lake Havasu, and you know that area, D.
Oh, yeah.
And so, man, I tell you, people were flying because, they did a really good, clever thing. They gave you about 3 or 4 coins. And
Right.
if you liked one of the people, there's about 30 stations. And if you liked it, you gave them one of the coins. And by
Right.
about the 7th or 8th, I had got rid of all my coins. Everything tasted so good. But by the time the people get to, station number 20 or 30, I don't know, they're still on their feet, but they maybe need a cane.
Right.
I guess let's do the giveaway. You want to?
Yes, I think we're ready to do a giveaway.
Okay, everybody put the word comment into the stream, please. Everyone type the word comment into the stream. We ask that you do it once. That way it'll stop. The comment will stop coming in. Well, when it stops coming in, we know everyone's got it in, and we can go ahead and spin the wheel. So everyone type the word comment in, please.
And you're going to pick up the names, right, Bob?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I have the wheel ready, but I have to do that. Actually, I have to add a prize to the wheel. Somebody contributed another prize. I'm going to do that right now.
Okay, I'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's see.
It's always fun behind the scenes for them, by the way, is how sausage is made, because they're like doing a cut and a paste, and I guess filtering for the ones that say comment. And so
Yeah.
And then you put it into the wheel, don't you, D?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like we got one board
Yeah.
man. Okay, Patricia. Okay, they're still going. Cargo Van Dan's here.
In fact, that's who I'm putting on the wheel. Cargo Van Dan. When I saw him, when I met up with him yesterday, he wanted to put $10 Amazon card on the wheel. for up to 5 times, however he gave me the money, I'll pay it out. He already gave me the money. So we have 5 $10 Amazon cards from Cargo Van Dan, up to 5 times when my wheels is spun. Okay, so when they're all gone, then we'll go from there. But
You want to bring the wheel up?
I've got it ready to bring. You got the name? Okay.
Let me get. Let me see. Let me take.
Oh, hang on. Let me say
out.
Okay, let a second.
All right, and tell me you're ready.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Ready. Oops, come on. Here we go.
There's the wheel. There's everyone's name over there on the right side. They're in alphabetical order, so we've got everyone in there. I'm going to shuffle it 3 times.
I want to wish everybody good luck. I didn't name the sponsors. I will do that after the wheel spin or before the wheel spin.
All right, good luck, everybody. And this is the spin right here. Good luck, everyone. And the winner of the prize tonight is, and let's let this thing stop completely. Anna Demore.
Anna Demore, I don't know you. I'm glad you won. I have a new person that won. Very cool.
That's really cool. I'm not familiar with the name either, so that's really awesome, Anna. And if you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see Dee's email address. Please contact her within 7 days. Let her know that you won, and we'll get you the prize, which we're getting ready to spin for right now so we can see what you won.
Okay, I'm going to bring the screen up. Hang on. Okay. Audio. I got it. I would like to very quickly read off the sponsors on my wheel. I have Aaron Jamison. He's a wonderful subscriber and supporter of our RV community. He has offered a custom camp sign. He makes them, and they're beautiful signs. And so if somebody wins, that's a really good prize. I have also a collapsible trash can. I put that on there. A $5 Amazon card from me. Actually, I wanted to take that out. I don't like it. I don't like the $5. Get rid of that. So I have a $10 Amazon card from Cargo Van Dan on the wheel. And I have a $10 Amazon card from Blue Wave Odyssey. And I have a $10 Starbucks card by Vanderella. Also a $15 Amazon or PayPal. A $20 Amazon or PayPal. A $25 Amazon by me. A $25 Amazon by Nomadic Hippie. And a $30 Amazon by Sister Freebird. Many of you know her as Senior Sister. And a Box Van D mug. So those are also 4 LED lights on Amazon. So here we go. Those, I didn't get the name. Yes, I did.
Anna Demore.
I'll have to write that down.
It's Anna Demore. She's the one who won, and
right.
Now she's Box Van D's getting ready to spin and let you know what it is you want, Anna.
Okay, so everybody can see the wheel. Here we go. Yep. All right, I'm going to shuffle. There we go.
There you go, and let's spin that baby. And Anna Demore, tonight you have won.
Oh,
that was close.
All right.
$5 Amazon card by Nomadic Hippie.
All righty. I'm going to remove that from the wheel before we go any further. So listen, you don't have to email Nomadic Hippie. Just email me. I will forward your email to Nomadic Hippie. He will take care of that for you. Okay? So that's congratulations, Anna Demore. Okay. So there's some really good prizes on that wheel now. So I think it's pretty good. So it's if you either one of you want to add anything else to our comments, let me pull that down. And we have still 63 people in the room. I think we had 70 something at one.
78 at one point, I believe.
Wow, amazing. So anybody I haven't said hello to, I apologize. You know, we're going a lot, doing a lot of talking. It's hard to see the chat when you're really trying to pay attention to your people on the panels. They're talking to us. So what did you do?
I'm adjusting my green screen camera.
Oh, I'm one of these days gonna fight with my green screen. I have one. I just don't. I'm not ready for that. So thank you to all my sponsors on the wheel. A lot of them are in the room, and I do appreciate all your help. Thank you for Michael. All the information you shared tonight. I know you have a wealth of information. Unfortunately, I'm not stupid. I'm intelligent, but when it comes to technical stuff, I'm not very good. So I do.
We're all learning. You're right, Dee.
And a lot of people in here did get what you're more from what you're talking about. I wish I did. I apologize. I was paying attention, but
hey, real quick, I'd like to say I see Maggie 2263 in the house right now.
Yeah.
And Maggie was the first one to post on the video today.
Wow.
I mean, she posted on it like right after she just had enough time for us to upload it, watch it, and post it. I mean, she was quick. I was like, wow, that was very cool. Thank you, Maggie, for that.
Did you put the link to that video in the chat, please?
Oh, but I can, yeah. Let me do that. It was fun. That was a fun Box Fan D meetup. So let's go ahead.
I want another link in the chat, please, moderators. Please, somebody, if you can, put the link to Buckeye Kitty, who helped me the other day, and Cargo Van Dan. Also, please make sure California Travel Videos link is in the chat. And so I just wanted to say I really appreciate everybody for helping me. I had a really emotional struggle the other morning. And I said hello to Home on the Rangers. She's a very special lady, very special friend to me. And so many people on this chat are, but she's a personal friend. I wanted to thank her for coming, also for all her support too. And Luz and Chase, no, you're not now. Luz, Sob, Chase, hello, you're not invisible. I'm sorry I didn't see your name. Hello, I'm glad you're here.
Hi, Sob, Chase, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And I want to say hi to Johnny's Journey. She's in here right now, and there's someone we're going to be meeting up very soon. I just want to let Johnny know we are leaving tomorrow morning, headed that way. We're going to take a week to get there. We have family in North Carolina and that we're going to be visiting. Two different families, my nephew and Debbie's brother. So we're going to spend a few days there visiting them before we get to Mayberry. So we're going to take a slow trip up.
So Sissy Journey asked me a question. Sissy, no, yes, the window is fixed. It's working. The air conditioner is not going. I'm going to have to deal with this heat for a little while longer. I was discussing this with a few people, including Blue Wave. What I have to do is get a bigger generator, but I can't. Thank you, Cargo Bandan.
Thank you, Cargo Bandan. Very nice. Thank you for helping Dee over the last few days. We've been on the phone, and she's been telling me what a great guy you were and how much you've helped her out, and we really appreciate that. Thank you for being there for her. So right now, I have to wait. Still gonna get the generator, a new one. I'm thinking of going to the dual fuel generator, propane and gas. I need to get the 35 or 3800 watt. I think I'm gonna go with the Champion because it's less than $600 on Amazon. So I'm thinking Champions has a good reputation.
I know Blue Wave uses Champion. I can't remember. Cargo Van Dan said he has Champion. But anyhow, I've known a lot of people that have that. Predator was good brand as far as I heard the reviews, but it wouldn't work for me. So I'm going to get the generator. I can't do it today because I can't carry it. I can't haul it.
Dee, real quick before I forget,
BTUs.
I'm sorry.
Mary Jones would like you to add one of her purse charms, and it's really more than a purse charm. You can use it for several different things to the wheel.
Yes, she sent me some, so I will put that on the wheel. Thank you, Mary Jones. They're very sweet.
Well, what she sent you is probably for you to keep. She's going to add one.
I know, but I'm saying they're beautiful. I have one.
And my generator is a 2,800 watt continuous run generator, and it runs my 13,500 BTU air conditioner with no problem for 6 hours.
Yeah, I've got a 13,000 BTU on my 25-foot Class C. And let's see, the generator, I guess it is the Onan 3500. It's a built-in, but the only reason I bring it for those who this helps is that even though you may have like only a 2K generator, is that if you have to invest about $300, but if you get a slow start capacitor, so that, you know, when you first start up the air conditioner, it takes such a huge amount of energy. Right. And then once it gets going, it doesn't. So if a person's kind of on the edge, if you can invest in a capacitor to help with that initial charge.
Yeah, I was telling Dee about those, so she might want to get one of those too for her.
So the thing is, here's the deal, okay? You know, generators are very heavy. I had a broken back. I can't lift a 50-pound generator, period. And I'm a nomad. I live in my truck. So I have to be able to transport a generator. And I can't lift it to take it off the truck and back on. Plus, I have a cargo carrier on the back of my truck. Yes, I could put a generator on there, but I can't move it to open the back doors. I have 2 propane tanks in the back of the truck, so I can't open it to fill for propane. So here's the solution I've come up with. I'm saving up money to get a little 4x6 trailer, utility trailer to pull in the back. I have a 1-ton truck. I could pull anything. So I'm going to get a little utility trailer, and then I can put the generator on the trailer. I don't have to move it at all. I can leave it on the trailer to run it, and it will be big enough to handle anything I need. Anything.
Put Traveling Salvation's comment up on the screen if you would,
okay,
please.
Let's see if I can find it. I think
Rebecca makes me ...
Hang on. How far is it up there?
His last one here at the bottom.
Okay, hang on. I still don't see it. I probably didn't get it yet.
Oh, maybe it's not in StreamYard yet.
It's not in StreamYard yet. I have a little lag. StreamYard is...
What's your last StreamYard comment? Cargo Van Dan?
No. I don't want people to get me a trailer. I have an income, okay? I appreciate all the help you guys give me. I'm not asking for help, please, people.
Oh, no, she's got this plan out. She knows what she's doing. She's going to wait till, because now we've got winter coming up, so she doesn't need the AC. So she's going to save her money up. She's going to get her trailer. She's going to hitch it to the, like a 4x8 little flatbed trailer, and then she's going to bolt down the generator, and she's going to be rocking and rolling.
Okay, but let me go back, guys. All people in the chat are hearing this. I need you to know, I don't want you to buy me a trailer, period. I do not want you to buy me a trailer. I thank you, everybody, for all the help you give me. I do appreciate everything you do. It does help me, but I don't want people to buy me things like this. I'm very independent. Yes, I'm proud to a fault. I have accepted help in the past, people. I really have. I mean, I know I got my truck that I live in from a GoFundMe account, okay, guys? But I don't need that kind of help anymore. I live on very comfortably on my $900 a month. And I do get super chats and PayPal gifts from my YouTube channel, enough to help me out to get extra things that I couldn't get on the $900 a month. I don't want people every time, I said, be careful what you ask for, okay? Because I don't want every time I mention that I need something, I'm going to get something, everybody in my subscribers base thinks you have to all get together and get this and get that. I don't need it. I don't want it, okay? I don't want it. I don't want that kind of help.
But I got to interject just one thing, Dee. And I
Okay.
don't know if you accept Christmas presents or holiday gifts, shall we say. But, when we got our e-bikes, the Rad City, I guess it was, they're $1,500. Great investment. And we got 2 of them. So we're so happy. But,
Yeah.
is like if you don't have $100 lock, you always worry about if it gets legs, if you know what I mean. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering if you've thought about whether you're going to anchor yours down to your trailer, because they're an attractive nuisance by somebody else, or if you need to get a good locking system, maybe you should consider. I'd be happy to get you a gift.
Well, okay, let me go back, okay? Your gifts are appreciated and they're welcome, people, but let's not get crazy, okay?
Okay.
You want to send $10, $20, $30, whatever you want to my PayPal, I get 100%. If you send me a super chat, I get about 60 or 70%, depending if you use another like I think what is it? There's one
Apple takes a lot of.
Apple takes another 30%.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down into the chat room, so we'll see you all later.
Okay, thank you, Bob, for coming up. Okay,
Right,
let me take this out real fast. So the thing is, I'm grateful for gifts. I do accept them. They do help me. Okay. I'm not saying don't send me gifts, don't help me, but I don't want people to get crazy. I don't need people to buy me a trailer. And I'm not asking for that, please. Sure. You want to send me a little super chat or a PayPal, something a little bit to help me here and there? I appreciate it. And I do use it a lot
I
on
just want to be sure if you need to lock it up, so that it would be a shame
Right.
if you invested in a nice generator and then
Right.
you're out for the day at courtside or something like that.
Right.
There's some generators, so be sure that it's secured.
Right. Of course, I will, for sure. In fact, the same thing, even the trailer would have to have a good lock, because it's really easy. I have to go to town and leave the trailer, and I don't want to come back and the trailer's gone. So I know have to do secure things like that. I love you too. Thank you so much, Linda. I do appreciate all the nice things you do for me. So, yes, all right. So, Michael, thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you so much, Dee. I always love to be with you, and you're just our inspiration for all of us. And so I think of you as my second mom. I do have a mom, 93 years old, and you're a lot younger chick, so maybe be my girlfriend instead. But we really love you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You have a good evening.
Thank you. I'm going to go out to the chat room. Take care. And thanks for the show. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. So, people, okay. So, that's a scope. So, also, what I think people don't understand is I've been living in the desert most of my life off and on. And for the last 5 years, I lived as a nomad. I know how to deal with the heat. It's only going to be warm for a few more weeks, and I'm going to be fine. I take wet towels and wet myself down. I take my t-shirts and dip them in water. I have spray bottles. So, yes, if anybody want to send me PayPal, you can go to my About page. In the About page, About section on my channel page, you can get my PayPal link. You can also support me by buying something from my Teespring store, which is also on my About page. So, yeah, anyone that wants to help in that way. But please don't feel like I'm asking. I'm not. I'm not a beggar. I'm not an e-beggar. I don't ever want to be labeled as one. Please, people, please understand. I do. It's probably a bad thing, but I do have my pride. Lucas H. Back. Thank you for your super sticker. I just now saw it. I'm going back up a little bit, people, because I didn't see all these. Thank you, Linda R., for their $10 super chat. Who else? Let's see. I know there's quite a few in here. I see we got a $25 super chat to Cargo Van Dan. So there's a bunch of them. All right. So anyhow, if I missed you, please, I'm sure I don't know how many moderators I get this time, and I know Mary Jones is here. But anyhow, so make sure that I get a link for the people that send me super chats, and I also, if I forget to or don't see it, please acknowledge them in the chat. So this has gone on quite a while, people, because I don't know, I just wanted to talk to you about the visible surface. Thank you, California Travel and Videos and Blue Wave. Absolutely, Cargo Van Dan. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cargo Van Dan, for coming to my rescue. I don't see Buckeye Kitty in here, but thank you, Buckeye Kitty. Hello, Trip and Tracy, Rayleigh Creative Travel. Gosh, there are so many supportive people in here. I'm so amazed. I have made, I don't know about you guys, Evening Shade, thank you for coming in. I have made so many friends since I've been on YouTube. I had nobody before. I really didn't. I had nobody. And I have a whole, I mean, you know what, guys? I have 7,600 friends on YouTube, and I consider every one of them my friends. Some are closer to me than others, but you are all my friends, and I know you genuinely care about me. So all I can say is you guys are so supportive, coming to my live streams, coming to watch my videos, putting in comments, offering suggestions. You wouldn't believe all the suggestions and ideas I got when I did my rant the other morning. For people that know what I'm talking about, I kind of had a meltdown. What it was, a day before yesterday? What's today? Thursday? I think it was Tuesday. Because my window wouldn't open or close. I couldn't get the window closed. I thought, oh my gosh, after a month of working on the van, all the things I've been through, all the things I've got accomplished, I couldn't even close the window. I was so frustrated. I was pretty much, maybe not crying, but I was pretty close. I had tears. But I couldn't believe I couldn't handle this one little stupid, silly thing. And yet I went on a live stream. I said, okay, I'm going to just do a rant. I got on the live stream in the morning. I never do morning live streams. I don't even usually get up before 8 o'clock in the morning. And I was, I don't know, so frustrated. I was just ranting. I wasn't asking for help. But guess what? I couldn't believe all the people that came in there and they were giving me suggestions. Papa Drew got a hold of Buckeye Kitty because he knew that she was camping near me. They came right over. Cargo Van Dan heard that I mentioned because he had said one time in one of the comments he gave me, if I ever needed a thing, all I have to do is let him know because he's in the Havasu area. Immediately, he got a hold of me, let me know how to reach him, and everything God's taken care of. You know, I do pray, so I was praying about it too. But sometimes, you know, you try to handle everything yourself. Sometimes, we get impatient, not wanting to wait for the right answers. But, you know, he sent me angels that day. I call them good Samaritans because you guys, whoever showed up in that live stream and gave me a comment or a encouraging word or help me in any way, you don't know what that means to me. And I tell you right now, I went through my whole life having very few real friends. And I know I have some real friends right here in this YouTube community. A lot of them are right here in this live stream. And I thank you all. I know I could probably reach out to any one of you and say what I needed something. If you couldn't do it, you would find a way to do it or somebody who could. But I don't need anything right now, people. I thank you all. I am, a little stupid, prideful, but I'm not so prideful I won't accept help. I will. I'm just don't want to be the kind of person that is always needing help. I'm very independent. I like to help myself. I like to do things for myself. It actually makes me proud when I can accomplish something. I see Blue Wave has come back up. I want to bring him up. I'm sure he has something to say. So here we go.
Actually, I don't. I was just coming down there so we could talk after the live stream.
Oh, well, now you have to say something to the people that are sitting here waiting for you.
Okay. You rock. Yeah, there you go. I've said something. We all love you, Dan. This is a great community we have, and you're right. You do have a lot of friends, man. I tell you what, I'm so glad that I met you, and I know that this community really, really loves you, and you are really a great inspiration to everybody. The way that what your lifestyle is makes us all just wow. You know how cool is that? And I know it's not easy. There's some struggles. It looks like it's all rosy, and I know it's not. I know there's some tough struggles in it, but overall, it's a pretty doggone good lifestyle you have going, and good for you.
Yeah.
And you are a very popular person. Everyone just loves you.
Well, the thing is, it's not an easy life. It's true. It's not an easy life, but it's possible. And that's all I try to show people is, you know, and you can't sugarcoat living as a nomad. You can't.
Right.
Some people try. I try to tell people the real stuff. How
Let them know what your day was like today. You had a pretty busy day today. Tell them what all you had to do today. I found that really interesting. She got to her new campsite, and tell them.
You think they want to hear this?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really cool.
All right. I got up about 7 o'clock this morning. I pulled into courtside last night from Havasu after returning the generator. So it's kind of late. I couldn't get anything done. This morning I got up about 7 or 7:30. I went outside. I have a little garden, not even a gardening rake, a little camping rake about this wide, grass rake. And I used that grass rake and I raked up all the rocks in the area around my truck so that I have a nice flat surface to put my outdoor rug. It's really made of like a vinyl ground mat to put it down under my gazebo. So I got the ground mat down after I raked up all the rocks, made a little square around the truck area. Okay. And then I put the gazebo up. I did this by myself. Everybody says, yes, I guess they want to hear it. So then later on, I took, you guys have seen my van build that I finished. Rachel loves Disney. Hello. So my drawers that I built, when I drive, they roll out. They flow out come out right out. So I made some little latches like out of wood with a screw in the middle. so I can turn it. I tried to find those metal ones in the stores. I couldn't find them. Anyhow, so I made wooden latches to put them in front of the drawer so they won't open when I'm traveling. So I made those. I secured the bookshelf that kept slipping every time I drove. So I secured that with pieces of wood. I moved this little shelf I put on the back wall over to another wall by the control charges so I could have some knickknacks. I've been camping for 5 years. I haven't had a single knickknack, not a single little cutesy thing, because I never have even one space on the counter or in the shelf. I didn't have room for it. So now I have 3 little knickknacks. I wish you could see. I could show you. Maybe I can. Let's see if you can see it. Right above this curtain.
Oh yeah.
There's a little, what it is, an
elephant.
elephant with a lion on it, another little elephant, and right next to it is a little hot dog with a little Mexican blanket on its back. So, and behind me, this is what I put on the wall. My little cowboy. I'm lifting the whole computer, people. That's cowboy. So
Very
I have
cool.
a little decorations in here. You saw the little banners up above. Honey and me made those banners for me. There's one here and one over the shelf over the bed. She made them for me as she had a prize giveaway for comment picker or something, and she sent that to me as a winner. I didn't even know I was in her contest. But anyhow, she sent that. Not only did she make those, she got together with me through email and asked me what I liked. So she put one of the colors of the flag, the white wind with the blue. I'm
James just named your cowboy.
with the
Shotgun Red.
shotgun red. I don't know.
I like it.
Anyhow, one of the flags has elephants on it. So she knew I liked elephants, okay? I used to have a beautiful elephant collection. So, okay. All right, guys. So I did a few more things.
Busy day today.
I worked all day.
Yeah,
I did. I worked all day in the heat, and I can't even. I'm probably not thinking clearly. I went through a lot of different things to fix things. You know, all the little things take a lot of time.
Yeah, and Johnny, you're correct. Sue over at Honey and Me is very talented.
Yes.
She's very good with her crafts.
She's sweet, and so I found the perfect place for my little place to put her banners that she made me. I do appreciate it. I love them. So okay, and I have a lot of subscribers that have sent me very nice gifts. Mary Jones did send me the little purse chain.
Yeah, Debbie got one of those.
And I got to remember to put that on the wheel. So I'll have that.
Kathleen Klein says she's exhausted just from hearing all the things you did today.
Well, I only told you about half of the stuff I did.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So actually next week, I'm going to paint my truck. Okay. So I bought a little metal wheel that can go on my drill. So it has little wires on it. I'm going to scrape off with that the loose paint on the cab of the truck. It's a lot of loose paint. And I'm happy with the way the truck looks. So I'm going to scrape off all the loose paint. It's stupid. It may not last more than a couple months or 3 months, whatever. But I'm sick of looking at it. So I bought some navy blue spray paint for metal and clear coat. So I'm going to paint her. Sue's channel is Honey and Me. Honey and Me. Oh, I won't put mine on the wheel. Forget it. I'll let you send that, Mary. I'll send you an email if anybody wins it. I'll make sure they give me their mailing address, and then I'll send you their forward your the email they send me if they win it. Okay, so no, they can't have mine. That's mine. Uh, anyhow, okay. So, yeah. So I'm gonna spray paint it with navy blue, and I also bought some silver for the front bumper. So I'm gonna do that. At least it'll look better for a while. And I also bought the paint to repaint the box while it was in Modesto. So that's another thing I'm gonna have to work on. But I'm staying busy because that's who I am. I like to stay busy. I don't
It's
want to.
obvious too. I mean, your videos show how much you can do. I mean, it's amazing. You're good with tools, and you're impressive. I mean, I remember when we were looking at the latch on your door, I was trying to come up with some ideas for you, and you found the perfect latch. I mean, you nailed it. You're good, D. You're
Well,
good.
not always. Like I say, with me, everything is trial and error. Usually it takes me 2 attempts to get anything right. At least 2 attempts. Sometimes 3 or 4. Who knows? I spend money that I throw away because I didn't do it right, you know. But it is part of it's all a learning experience. If I could tell people, don't be afraid to try something. Just get out there and try it. What's the worst thing can happen? It don't work out. So what? So
Right.
what? You
Yeah.
if you never try, you already fail.
That's right. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. Give it a try. If it doesn't work out, try again. Keep going. You'll learn from your mistakes and you'll get it. And that D's proof of that. Absolutely. No, you're amazing with all you've done. It's been fun
And
watching your videos.
the other thing is, good night, Diane Black. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Um, the other, I lost it. You know, when you get old, you lose your train of thought really easily.
We were talking about, keep going until you get it right.
Yeah, exactly. But I had a specific
Okay.
thought. I lost it. It'll come back probably tomorrow. Anyhow,
Right.
we've been on here for a while. It's probably about past midnight your time, Bob. I
It's at 12:30. Yeah, it
yeah.
is. And we're traveling tomorrow
Yeah.
morning. So
So what I'm gonna say is I want you to have a wonderful journey. Have a great time in Mayberry. And I want to say, please give everybody my regards.
I
I
will.
wish I wish I had given you a great big stack of my stickers to hand out.
I think I do have a couple more though. I
Yeah,
think
I gave you
you
a
said
couple extra, but probably not very many. Anyhow.
yeah.
Anyhow, and I should have got a good handful of yours too, but anyhow. So anyhow, have a great trip and keep in touch so I'll know how you're doing.
No,
And
we will. We talk
and
almost every day anyway, so
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not going to stop.
I know. So anyhow, thank you for helping me tonight. Thank you for coming up. I want to thank Michael for having come up and shared his information with us. And I hope you guys got something out of this live stream. You know, I like impromptus like everybody else does. I don't do a lot of them, but I still like to be able to share something that you can take home with you. So it's a visible help information, help anybody. I will feel very good. If I have been encouraged anybody, if I have inspired anybody, that is what I want to do. That is what my life is about.
I'd like to thank everyone for the safe travels, Blue Wave Odyssey. I appreciate that. And Cargo Van Dan, I'll be sure to say hi to Opie for you.
Yeah. Anyhow, I want to say good night, everybody. Thank you all for coming and supporting this live stream unannounced. I can't believe so many people showed up and stuck around. Hello, Shannon Craft. I just now saw you're here. See, I miss a lot of people in the chat. Thank you all for coming.
All right, Shannon Craft. We'll see you.
Yeah, I'll be posting videos, and I'll see you on Sunday. For anybody that wants to come to my live stream at 4 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock. Can't talk. 6 o'clock Central time, and 7 o'clock Eastern time. I
Right.
do hope you all will join me again. Thank you all for coming. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Okay, bye bye.